my daydreams that
What is up, Xolemates? In this video, I'm going to walk through the production of Willow, which is my new single. It is mainly indie rock, but as you can tell, I added a hyperpop break in the second verse. Really excited to break this down. If you want to give this song a stream, it is linked in the description. It is linked in the description. If you add it to a playlist, I will give you it. Before we hop into the production, as you can see, I've got another track called Willow Vocals. Whenever I mix my vocals, I do it in a separate project. My computer would not be able to handle mixing the beat and the vocals in the same project. So if you want to see a video on how I mix the vocals, be sure to drop a comment. I think my favorite thing about this song is the intro. And in the intro, I sample one of my favorite songs. I isolate the vocals and I add it to this song. The first person to DM me on Instagram the song name that I'm sampling here is gonna get my drum kit for free. As you can see, we have a lot of audio effects. So I'm just gonna turn all of the audio effects off and we're just gonna listen to the vocals right here. You know, doesn't sound that great. So I'm just throwing in all of these audio effects. Soothe mainly, that's the main thing. It's gonna be taking away this frequency that's very harsh on the ears. I just love these vocals. If you mix it with the crickets and then my pitched guitar, it just instantly puts the listener in this space. A fun thing about this song is that there are no electric guitars. All of the guitars that you hear are acoustics. I'm just mixing them in really cool ways. So this guitar right here, if I double click on it, as you can see, it's pitched down 12 semitones. So that's a whole octave. It sounds like it's an electric almost. So I'm gonna turn the audio effects off and then I'm gonna pitch it back up. And that's what it originally sounded like. Now I'm throwing in some compression and some phaser. All right, quick message, you should definitely sidechain compress that like button. 2 layers of phaser on this main guitar. The compression is really beefing it up. You need that compression on the guitars. Then we're taking a little bit of these lows out, throwing in this tape effect, which Baby Audio sent me, shouts out. Really cool tape emulator that you can throw on your guitars. So that just destroys my guitars. And then we're throwing in some reverb and some overdrive. Yeah, does not sound good, very distorted, but since we're throwing it underwater, taking out most of these highs, this top distortion isn't gonna be doing much. So now our guitars sound like this. And then, of course, we're gonna bring it down a whole octave. There we go. And then the chorus guitar that you hear when the vocals come in, it's just the same guitar as the underwater guitar, but it's not pitched down a whole octave and we still have the highs, so. A lot more reverb too. And then we get the verse guitar, and the cool thing about the verse guitar is the underwater guitar focused on the lows, chorus guitar focused on the highs, and then the verse guitar, it's in that sweet spot around 1K. Mix in the bass. The drums for this song, it's really cool. I've got like indie style drums like this. And then we also have some hyperpop style drums like this. For the verse drums, I add some choppy drums on top of my indie drums and they sound like this. And this is a song that I sampled and I just grab drum sounds throughout the song and I mix it into this own little progression. We've got left and right, so we've got left drums and then we've got right drums. And I think they're backwards, but we're not going to talk about that. And then let's turn off all of the audio effects and let's actually pitch the drums back where they were, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I pitched them down 2 semitones. So I'm going to pitch it down 2 semitones, and then I'm going to add all of these effects, which is just going to make it sound choppy. Compression, drum bus, EQ8, take out some of those lows. Parallel aggressor, just going to be making it a little bit more punchy. Now we're going to submerge it, throw in some little altar boy, add some drive, and lower the formants. Sidechain it to the kick right here, add some reverb, some EQ, and we're going to be lowering this range right here, which is around 5K, and that's to make the vocals pop a little bit more. And then more reverb, more compression. And that is the choppy drum. So right there, it's not that choppy, but once we get into the main drum part, it's a lot more choppy. The main indie drums, it sounds fine, but I just wanted to add a little bit more grit on top of that. And yeah, these are the indie drums. So we've got this hat loop right here. And then we're gonna add a punchy snare. And then here is the kick, a really punchy kick. Boosting this 150 range. Definitely recommend boosting that 150 range for kicks. And then we've got the Steven Slate drum sampler. First time I've used this plugin on a song. And I'm just adding this live click sound. And then we've got some cymbals from the same plugin. Throw in the guitars. Then we're gonna open up. So yeah, the drums in the chorus, it's basically the same as the drums in the verse. And then I really like this bass that I added. And since we have this crazy hyperpop, super energetic break over here, I wanted the start of the second verse to really open up.
They say that's just the way it goes, but this story can't end with me so miserable. The way she looks at him's identical to my daydreams. My daydreams When I first thought about adding this hyperpop break, I was just like, let's throw in that quintessential hyperpop snare, and I found it in a SOPHIE sample pack. Rest in peace. I found it on Splice. Yeah, basically, the only way I achieved this sound is because of this sample pack. As you can see, lots of SOPHIE samples. I knew that I just wanted to slap the listener in the face leading into this break. The way I did that is I added these little break sounds from the pack. Mixed it with the snares and this crash. And then let's add the choppy drums. And then we've got this kick. There we go. And then the 808. This is a Ramzoid 808, shouts out. As you can see, we've got some sidechain to the kick. And yeah, lots of glides going on here. Look at all these glides. Yeah, if you don't really know how to do glides well, I don't really know how to do glides well. All I do mainly is I just lead one 808 into the other one. So as you can see, we've got the glide selected over here. It's called Note Expression on Ableton. And then originally, this B looked like this, but I just added 2 dots, moved this one leading into the D sharp. There we go. If you watch this video to the end, I seriously thank you from the bottom and depths of my heart. That helps me a lot. And yeah, be sure to sidechain compress that like button again and subscribe if you want to. That's about it. Have a beautiful day and make more music. Peace.